So in this regard, I want to tell you that I intend to seek to be the President of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the 10th Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I will, in a few days, or maybe in a week or 2 weeks' time, make formal declaration. But I want to tell you this is my intention. I intend to be the President of the 10th Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria by the grace of God, God willing.
Hours after Orji Kalu, Senator representing Abia North, declared his interest for the seat of the Senate President, Senator Jubril Barau, representing Kano North, has also hinted his interest. Barau made this known on Wednesday while responding to questions from journalists. Responding to a question on zoning, he made reference to President Muhammadu Buhari's preference after being elected, explaining that Buhari gave his attention to areas that voted most for him. He further added that the legislative does not work on sentiments, however on competence.
Aspiration or election for the office of the Senate Presidency shall be in accordance with ranking. And amongst those who are seeking to acquire that office as we speak, I have the highest ranking. So it's constitutional. Among those who are aspiring, who have shown their intentions, who are aspiring, I am the one that is most experienced. The issue is that of competence. It's competence. You need to be grounded in the procedure of legislation before you are able to be the President of the Senate. The rules and regulations on how we do our activities here, you need to be knowledgeable in them, you need to be grounded, and that's the tradition all over the world. And as you speak, I'm number one among those who have shown their intent to aspire. So do you now relegate competence for other sentiments? We can do that. If you remember, you remember there was a time that the Senate President was a Christian, that David Mark, the deputy, was a Christian, and then the Speaker, Patricia Ete, was also a Christian. Why? Because they were the most experienced at that time. They had the highest ranking. So that's the tradition. Do we now relegate competence, to the background? It's not possible. And when you go to the other sentiment, even as we saw what happened in 2015 when President Buhari was declared the winner of the presidential election. What happened? He tried to give attention to the areas that voted for him, where he had the highest votes. Of course, Northwest, he came from Northwest. Then, of course, Southwest, where Southwest had the Vice President and also the Speaker. Then Northeast, he wanted him alone to become the President of the Senate at that time. Why? Because he was the highest ranking senator at that time among those who wanted to be the Senate President. And then later he took SGF to that area in order to reward the fact that they voted for him. So here, if you are talking about such sentiments even, Northwest deserve to be given the Senate Presidency because we gave the President the highest votes. And we want our President to go for second term after this election, after this one. We wanted to go for second term because we saw what he did in Lagos, transformed Lagos to become an economic El Dorado. So we wanted to replicate that here in Nigeria, replicate that for the entire country. And he was able to do that when he served 2 terms. So we want to give him more votes, more than what we gave him in the just concluded election in 2027. So you need to reward, performance.